A dog may forgive muddy floors, missed walks, and even the occasional late dinner, but there are certain things that cut much deeper than most people realize. Dogs don't hold grudges the way humans do, yet their emotional memory is powerful, instinctive, and deeply tied to how safe and valued they feel. When something damages that sense of trust, it leaves a mark that never fully disappears. These are the moments that change how a dog looks at you, how they react to the world, and how they protect their own heart. One of the first things a dog will never truly forgive is betrayal of trust. Trust is everything to a dog. The moment they decide you are their person, they give you complete emotional access. When that trust is broken through repeated lying in tone and action, sudden aggression, or intentional fear, the dog learns that the world is not predictable. Even if they still obey and stay loyal, something inside them closes. You may notice hesitation, slower reactions, or eyes that constantly check for danger. Once a dog learns that safety can be taken away without warning, they never forget it. Abandonment is another wound that runs incredibly deep. Whether it's being left behind at a shelter, tied outside and never returned for, or emotionally abandoned by being ignored for long periods, dogs remember the feeling of being disposable. Even dogs that are later adopted into loving homes often carry subtle scars from this experience. They may cling excessively, panic when left alone, or shut down emotionally to protect themselves. To a dog, abandonment isn't just being alone, it's the realization that love can vanish. Harsh punishment leaves a permanent imprint. Dogs do not understand punishment the way humans think they do. Yelling, hitting, or intimidating a dog doesn't teach lessons, it teaches fear. A dog punished harshly for accidents, mistakes, or confusion doesn't connect the punishment to the behavior but to the person delivering it. Over time, the dog may still behave, but out of fear rather than trust. That fear reshapes their personality, making them anxious, reactive, or withdrawn. Even if the punishment stops, the memory remains. Inconsistency is another silent destroyer of a dog's emotional security. Dogs thrive on predictability. When rules change daily, affection is given and taken away randomly, or reactions are unpredictable, dogs become mentally unsettled. One day they are praised, the next day scolded for the same behavior. This confusion creates stress and insecurity. A dog raised in constant inconsistency learns to stay on edge, always guessing, never fully relaxed. That state of emotional tension never truly fades. Ignoring a dog's communication is something they don't forget. Dogs communicate constantly through body language, posture, ears, eyes, and movement. When a dog signals fear, discomfort, or pain and those signals are repeatedly dismissed, they learn that speaking up is useless. Eventually, they may stop warning altogether and jump straight to defensive behavior. This is how bites come out of nowhere. In reality, the dog tried to communicate many times and was ignored. Mocking or teasing a dog for amusement creates emotional damage. Laughing at fear, forcing interaction when the dog is clearly uncomfortable, or using their vulnerabilities as entertainment teaches them that their feelings don't matter. Dogs may continue to tolerate it, but internally they associate you with humiliation and stress. Over time, this erodes the emotional bond and replaces it with quiet resentment or emotional distance. Neglecting a dog's basic needs is something they never truly forgive. Dogs rely on humans for food, water, exercise, mental stimulation, and social interaction. When these needs are consistently unmet, the dog doesn't just feel uncomfortable, they feel forgotten. Chronic boredom, hunger, or lack of affection creates a deep emotional emptiness. Even when conditions improve later, the dog often remains guarded, unsure if comfort will last. Breaking routines without explanation or care can deeply affect a dog. Sudden changes in schedule, environment, or companionship can feel like emotional earthquakes. Dogs don't understand why things change, only that their sense of stability is gone. When changes are constant and unmanaged, dogs develop anxiety, clinginess, or emotional shutdown. Stability is safety to a dog, and once that sense is lost, it's hard to rebuild. Forcing a dog into frightening situations without support leaves lasting fear. Dragging a terrified dog into loud crowds, overwhelming environments, or stressful interactions while ignoring their fear teaches them they are alone even when you are present. They learn that their protector won't protect them. This kind of fear-based memory stays locked in their nervous system and can resurface years later. Using affection as a weapon is another deep emotional wound. Withholding love as punishment or only showing affection conditionally confuses dogs. Love, to a dog, is safety. When affection is unpredictable or used to manipulate behavior, dogs become emotionally insecure. They may overperform, become desperate for approval, or emotionally detach to avoid disappointment. Rehoming a dog multiple times creates emotional fractures. Each move forces the dog to rebuild trust, learn new rules, and adapt to new emotional climates. After several rehomings, many dogs stop fully attaching to anyone. They protect themselves by keeping emotional distance. Even in a forever home, part of them may always be waiting for the next goodbye. Failing to protect a dog when they are vulnerable leaves a permanent mark. Allowing children or other animals to hurt, harass, or scare a dog without stepping in teaches the dog that you won't defend them. This breaks the core belief that you are their safe place. Once that belief is damaged, the dog may become defensive or withdrawn. Punishing a dog for natural instincts causes deep confusion. Scolding a dog for chewing, digging, barking, or reacting without providing guidance or alternatives tells them that being themselves is wrong. Over time, this creates stress and anxiety. The dog learns to suppress instincts rather than trust guidance, which damages their emotional well-being. Ignoring a dog during emotional distress is something they remember. Dogs seek comfort during storms, illness, fear, or anxiety. When they approach you in these moments and are pushed away or dismissed, they learn that comfort isn't guaranteed. Next time, they may not seek help at all, choosing silent suffering instead. Using fear-based training methods leaves lasting emotional scars. Tools or techniques that rely on pain, intimidation, or dominance may produce short-term obedience but long-term emotional damage. The dog may obey, but the bond is replaced by fear. True trust is replaced by survival behavior. Lastly, breaking the bond through emotional absence is something dogs never fully forgive. Being physically present but emotionally unavailable hurts deeply. Dogs crave connection, eye contact, shared moments, and emotional warmth. When these are missing, dogs feel invisible. Even if food and shelter are provided, emotional neglect creates a quiet loneliness that never truly fades. Dogs are incredibly forgiving creatures, but forgiveness doesn't mean forgetting. They carry experiences in their behavior, their eyes, and their reactions. Every interaction shapes how they view the world and the people in it. When we understand what cuts deepest, we learn how to protect the bond that means everything to them.